Hello everyone, welcome back to 9x9. This is the Relish in the Moment podcast. My name is Alan, and let's talk about me really quick. Not like this whole podcast isn't about me, but let's talk about me really quick. So I'm recording this on Wednesday right now. It is the 30th of January, 2019, and I was strongly thinking about ending the podcast. And I know I'm the only person that really cares about this, that I'm potentially ending it, but I came to the decision that I'm not going to do it. And the way I went and done that, I just kind of went to my first podcast. My first podcast that I made back in September. And I listened back to that, and then I kind of got bored. And then I went to the one that I made at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the year, actually. And I don't know, it gave me a sense of why I'm doing this again. And, it reminded me why I wanted to do this and why I wanted to have fun with this, because, frankly, I don't want to say that because I am having fun, but I'm not having as much fun as I feel like I should be having. And that seems to be on me, really, because, this is what I've chosen to do, and really the only one judging how much fun I'm having with this is me. And, I wanted to remind myself that just making the podcast, just recording this and posting it online, that in and of itself is the fun part. But everything beforehand, I've started to really try to steer away from what the name is, which is Relish in the Moment. What I'm saying, the ideas that I'm saying are supposed to be ideas that are coming to me in the moment. And recently, with the past one, maybe two podcasts, I've had things already kind of lined up, and it feels like I've just been trying to have bullet points that I'm trying to get through, like I'm trying to present a presentation to a class, and that gives me all kinds of stress, and that gives me all kinds of anxiety, and it makes me not feel so well. So I'm gonna try to steer away from that and go back to how the name is and kind of live in the moment, right? Well, it's the end of the month, and I said that in the first episode I wanted to do a reflection at the end of every month, and I still want to do that. And it just so happens that the same day that I wanted to do a more improv in the moment podcast, that it just so happens to be the time where we should do some reflecting. And so I think part of it is going to be easier because, one time a month, I know for a fact that I'm going to be doing reflections. And that's going to make it easier on me because I know what I'm going to do for at least one time a month. And then I get to have fun for the rest of the month. So let's do that. Let's do some reflecting. Let's go back to even September, because I made that first podcast and I wasn't sure how I wanted to continue after I actually posted that one, because I really wanted well, at that point, I don't even think I wanted my friends in on it. I really thought that I just wanted to get on the mic and just start talking, and hopefully I would, that's how the name started. I just wanted ideas to just come to my head, and part of it was I wanted to actively get better at improv, because I'm trash at improv. I mean, you can tell if you listen to any of my podcasts, I'm garbage at just coming up with ideas by myself. And, I pause and I have all of these fillers. I say and a lot. I say a lot. Strangely enough, I don't say like nearly as much as I used to, like back when I was in school, like in high school. But I wanted to get better at improv, and so I just did it. I just got on the mic, and hopefully, like, whatever came to mind. I think the first one in September was like, I was talking about Spider-Man, and like a lot of superhero news was coming out like around that time. So a lot of stuff was fresh in my head, and I didn't even have to really think about that. I mean, I did, but a lot of the ideas were already like flying around in my head. So that first one was pretty easy. And then I waited. I was planning on doing it like a once a month thing, but then October came around and I was like, I don't feel like it. November came around and it was like around Thanksgiving, so I didn't really want to do that. And then same thing around Christmas, but then around like before Christmas, around that time, I made it like a New Year's resolution that I wanted to do this, and so I did it the first. I think it just so happened to be the first or maybe second day. Hold on, let me see. I think it was, the second day of the year. It was the first day that January 1st was the first time I sat down and recorded it. So really, I did it the first day of the year, and I started it from there. I had like stuff in mind by then. Like, I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions and stuff, and that's what I did the first podcast, the first episode of that. And so that kind of started it, and here we are now, a month later, pretty much. And so the past month has been, it's been okay, I think, right? How many episodes have we done this month? It's 1, 2, 9, 16, 23, 30, so five this month. We're on episode 5. That's a lot. Yeah. So to anyone watching this, to anyone listening in on this, I'm pretty sure it's just me, because as of recording this, I only have like 4 subscribers on this channel, and like 2 of them are me, and I'm sure 2 of them are probably like bots or something. To anyone listening to this, most likely into the future, thank you for supporting this. We are 5 episodes in, and I still don't know what to do with this. So the first episode of this month, I just talked about the resolutions that I had and the goals that I had, and I can tell you right now that for some of them, I am sticking to it. I have done a little bit of exercise each and every day of this month, which I'm pretty proud of. Even if it's just as little as doing like 10 push-ups here and there, or like grabbing some free weights and like just, doing some bicep curls. I'm keeping myself somewhat active. It's January, so it's really cold outside, so I can't go outside and like do some running, and I don't like going to the gym, so, I'm doing what I can right now. A lot of the other creative type of stuff is, that's kind of falling through the cracks. But, as the year continues, as the days go by, and I'll look back on my resolutions, and I'll continuously remind myself, and that's kind of what this podcast is, giving me, a thing to keep track of how I'm doing. Episode 2, what was that? I don't remember what that was, actually. I think from there, I just kind of focused more on, like, the little fitness goals that I had, and then, I've kind of been letting the creative side, what's the word? I've kind of let that slip by, kind of just been waiting on that. I don't know why. But there was a video I was watching, and they were sponsored by Skillshare, so I kind of have a subscription to that now, and I've been looking through that, looking to better my creative skills and, like, my technical skills in the Adobe programs, and I'll be looking into that a little bit more. I have an idea for a logo design for the channel, which I hope to do. I think I should be able to get it done today, actually. It's just like a redesign of the current one. So probably you'll see that next week, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not going to rush and make that actually for today, because I am recording this on Wednesday, and then I'm going to be posting this later today. So yeah, that's going to happen. I think I'm going to see, I don't know how to make a different logo design than a bottle of Relish, but I'll think about that, I'm sure. I'll look into things that look like bottles of Relish, and I'll probably try to recreate that, or I'll try to, come up with something different. Let's see. Music, I still don't know how to do, so I'm still going to try to learn that. And yeah, recently I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine with my Hulu subscription. I've been looking through that. I've been watching that, been binging that. I think in the past week I'm already to season 3. Maybe a week and a half, actually, now that I think about it. I've only been watching a couple episodes a night, and it's a really good show. I completely endorse that show, and every character on that is great. All of the actors are fantastic. You got Andy Samberg, which I think he came up with the idea of the show. He's one of the producers on it. So it's a good idea for a sitcom, especially in New York. Yeah, and then he has, like, his supporting cast of Terry Crews. Terry Crews is great. There's Joe Lotriglio, which I feel like I have seen him in other stuff, and he's great on the show. There's, I forgot their real names, but there's, Amy Santiago, which is, like, Andy Samberg's character's kind of a female counterpart. Then there's Rosa Diaz, which is, like, she's cool. I like her character development throughout the season so far. Like, she started off as, like, this gothic biker. No one knows her, like, background, and, like, she's not happy at all. And then she, like, throughout the seasons, she starts to smile more. You learn more and more about her background. You see, like, what she can do, like, even what the actress can do. I forgot her name. But like, in one of the more recent episodes, at least from what I've seen, like season 2 and 3, she like does splits and stuff, and like she's done ballet, and probably the actress probably actually did ballet. That's probably why they're comfortable with having the character having a background in ballet and like having that flexibility. And like, that's kind of cool. If I sound nasally, I feel like I sound nasally to myself, but that's because I am nasally because my nose is stuffed right now. So I'm talking really, I don't know, I'm talking more like in the back of my throat and like into my nose. So if it sounds like I'm more nasally than usual, then I don't know. I'll try to compensate for it. No, I'm not doing that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of sick, but I'll try. It's a good show. The captain, the guy who plays the captain, he does a really good job. He has the same kind of character development as Rosa too. He starts off as this like stern, play by the books kind of guy, and like, later on, Andy Samberg's character Jake, kind of gets to him and gets him to loosen up, and I actually want to rewatch the first couple episodes because there's a lot of influence that Jake has on the rest of the characters, and it's a fun ride. It's like, imagine, well, what's a good show to compare it to? I think like How I Met Your Mother. A lot of the characters start out as like these archetypes or like these stereotypes, and then later on, all of their personalities kind of mesh together, and while still maintaining their own identity, they work really well. And the writers do a really good job. The director, whoever directs the camera work, they do a really good job. It's kind of got this mix of like The Office kind of character work, but also, it kind of has this like multicam, sitcom kind of feel, like where, it's kind of this steady, like, this like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a still cam, like set up on a tripod, but then other times it moves with the characters, and it feels really nice. Like it's fluid, but also like it's stable. Like it's not a shaky hand camera, which I hate. I really, I'm not a huge fan of those like, I don't know, you'll usually see it in like an action movie, like there's clearly a guy just holding the camera and it's all shaky, and it kind of gives people headaches. But but the show doesn't really do that. It's camera works, it's good. What else has come to mind? Well, what else have I been doing this month? I've been I've been gaming a lot more. I've explored more into PC gaming. Before like last month, I was purely console, purely PlayStation. Played, on the PlayStation 4 with my friends and would stream from there, and then after getting my PC, I've been doing a lot more PC gaming and PC streaming. Been doing, I finally got the setup. I think that was this month. Maybe it was last month. But, finally really, figured out how to stream my PS4 onto my PC and then streaming from there, because there are a lot of capabilities that a PC has that, a or a PS4 doesn't have. And, you could do a lot more. I haven't been able to take advantage completely because I still have to look up, like, how to do, like, those graphics that the big time streamers have. And I still need to get a webcam. I've been looking, I had this, like, donation fund thing on screen, and I don't feel too good about that, so I haven't been doing that recently. I've taken that off, and I think, I'm going to focus on not making money on stream for now, Yeah, if people want to give me stuff, then sure, that's fine, but I think I'm going to take off any donations from my stream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to do that, because part of me doesn't feel too good about having, like, of asking people to give me money for no reason. I mean, it's not like anyone is already doing that. Like, no one's giving me money, so it's not like, there's no one even watching my stream, so there's no one to ask for money. But I think I'm going to wait until I have a substantial viewer base on my streams before I actually ask for money and stuff. I think that's going to be a big change on my stream. Gonna focus on just, like, gameplay, and hopefully people respond to that. Hopefully people actually stay and watch. Yeah. I actually, part of me making this podcast is, of course, I have my personal reasons where I want to get better at talking, get better at improv, and get better at the technical aspects of creating a podcast. I mean, right now I'm just using Audacity, and I'm sure there are better softwares to record voice, and I'm using a Blue Yeti, and if I want to continue this with more people, like get my friends in on this, then I'm going to need to get more mics, and definitely not spending 100 on, like, 2 to 4 people, not spending that kind of money. I'm gonna have to, like, learn all of this other stuff. But yeah, even though I do have my personal reasons for doing this, I also want to get like a sponsorship going for this. Like, if any companies somehow find this, and I want this to be able to get, like, I want to be one of those cool guys that, like, read an ad in the middle of the podcast. I think that would be, that's definitely an option for me. So I just want to make that clear to any viewers, because I feel like a lot of the time people that, like, have ad reads, and, like, their fans don't respond well to it. But I want that to be, like, known that that's an option, and that that's a desire for me to make money off of this podcast. But obviously I need to, 1, get better at this, and 2, build an audience for this before any companies actually, decide to put money into me, spreading whatever advertisement they want. Yeah. As you can probably tell, I'm winding down on this episode. It's been a pretty fun month. Just me hoping for the best with this podcast. It's really not going anywhere, but do I really care? At this point, no and yes, of course, because I do care. But also, like, I'm still working stuff out, and next week, it is a new week, it is a new month, it is a new episode, so hopefully I do have a new visual to go up with next week's podcast. Hopefully there is some music. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I also, I've been looking into getting a webcam to accompany the audio with some video, but I don't know if I want to do that sooner or later. But yeah, there's that. There's like the technical stuff that I want to learn, and yeah, I think that's the end for this little reflection of the month. I'm sure I'll think about something later on, and I'm sure I'm going to try to shame myself, and I'm going to disappoint myself later on for not thinking about it sooner. But yeah, thank you for watching. To anyone listening in the past or future, thank you for listening in on this. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and stuff, and hopefully you support the channel. And I think I finally have my social media in the description. If I don't, then I'm really going to be ashamed of myself, and disappointed with myself, but hopefully they're there. Follow me on all my social media. And yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.